Hello, and good evening. My name is Jeremiah Shaber, and I'm a multimedia journalist with The Telegram. I am broadcasting live here along Pennsylvania Avenue in downtown Wellston, where we are just minutes away from the 51st annual Wellston OHillCo Festival Grand Finale Parade. The parade is set to step off at 6:30 p.m. tonight, and we will be bringing you guys live coverage of the parade as it passes by me on the parade route here along Pennsylvania Avenue. If this is your first time tuning in to one of my parade videos, I call it as I see it and do some offhand commentary as the parade goes along. Keep in mind, I'm a one-man show and we'll be doing photography while the video rolls, so I will try my best to call in it as I see it. This parade should be longer than the one that was held on Wednesday. On Wednesday, the hometown parade was held, and it was about 13-15 minutes long. This one should be much longer, as today was Queen's Day here in the final day of the Wellston OHillCo Festival. The Queen Luncheon was held earlier this afternoon, and that always brings a lot of royalty traveling from other festivals and fairs into the city of Wellston, and then they stay around to visit the festival and participate in the evening parade. In addition, there's usually more units in this parade, so it should be longer. So go ahead and share this video out. We are streaming on a couple different platforms tonight. You will find us on Facebook under The Telegram News, as well as Jeremiah Shaver, The Telegram News. Those are two Facebook pages that you can find the stream tonight. If you would like to watch on a TV and you have a smart TV, you can get on the YouTube app and do a search for Total Media Jackson, Ohio, and you will find our YouTube channel, and you should be able to view this live stream on YouTube as well. So multiple ways to watch tonight. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, and once again, this is live coverage of the 51st annual Wellston OHillCo Festival Grand Finale Parade, and we are in the last several hours of the festival. So if you've not made your way to downtown Wellston, this is Wellston, Ohio. For anybody watching outside of our normal viewing area, and the festival closes at 11 o'clock tonight, and the final thing that will happen before the festival closes is they will crown the 2025 Queens and Courts, and that will happen on the main stage tonight at about 10:30 p.m. and I usually stream that, and I have plans to stream it tonight as long as I have no technical difficulties. Be sure to pick up a future edition of The Telegram. The Telegram is published twice a week on Wednesdays and Saturdays, as you can find it at newsstands near you in Jackson and Benton counties. Our coverage area is Jackson and Benton counties. We cover those communities, and you can also find us online at thettelegramnews.com. The Telegram is a part of Total Media, which also includes Main Street TV, where you see a lot of different news segments appear throughout the week. We do 15-minute news segments typically on Main Street TV on the latter half of the show, so you can always watch for those. That happens at 9 a.m. each morning, Monday through Friday on Main Street TV, and you can find that on Facebook as well as on YouTube under that Total Media YouTube channel that I mentioned before. In addition to Main Street TV, we also have a number of radio stations. I believe we are up to 24 radio stations now under Total Media, and we also have Zip Printing for all your printing needs. So there's a little self-promotion plug for Total Media. We're located in Jackson, Ohio, behind Burger King in the Stockmeister Plaza. For anybody that would like to stop by, feel free to come by and maybe pick up a subscription or get something printed at Zip Printing. They do t-shirts and many other things back there as well. So, time is 6:32 p.m. The parade stepped off at 6:30, and it is making its way down Pennsylvania Avenue. And like I've said at the beginning, I will be calling it as I see it. So, stay tuned. So hello and good evening again. My name is Jeremiah Schaefer. I'm a multimedia journalist with The Telegram. The grand finale parade here at your 51st annual Wellston, Ohio Hill Country Festival, better known as the OHillCo Festival, is making its way through the intersection of Pennsylvania Avenue and 2nd Street. And you can see a unit from the Wellston Police Department leading the way. If you were watching on Wednesday night, I mentioned that the grand marshals for this year's festival are Tammy and Randy Phillips. They have done so much for the community, and we had a story online at The Telegram News all about Tammy and Randy, and we got to make sure we get a picture of them tonight because we did not get a picture of them on Wednesday because they hopped out before we could get a picture. So it looks like Wellston Police Chief John Robinson leading the parade here in the Wellston Police Department cruiser, followed by the color guard there. And then behind them you have the Boy Scouts of America. And I'm going to make sure I get a photo of Tammy here. So if I stop talking for a second, that's why. Gotta make sure I get a picture of Tammy and Randy because I did not get it on Wednesday, and I need to get that. So right here we have the OHillCo royalty. This is your senior citizen king and queen. They were crowned on Wednesday night during the opening ceremonies. That's Jim Perry and Dorothy Riepenhoff. And then behind them you have Jane Albright, who is the Outstanding Senior Citizen 2024. And then behind them you have, this is your Grand Marshals. This would be your Tammy and Randy Phillips. And I'm gonna get get Grant. I'm gonna get Grant to stop up here, and we're gonna walk out here, and I'm gonna get my picture real quick here, since I missed getting it on Wednesday. All right, because you guys hopped out. All right, thank you. All right, so that is Tammy and Randy Phillips there. They're the Grand Marshals this year. Had to walk out in the street there and get my picture because I wasn't able to get a picture of them on Wednesday because they hopped out at the stage, and I was set up down from the stage, so we got that picture. Behind them, I see Wellston Mayor Anthony Brenner here in his Jeep, tossing candy out to the kiddos. And also with him is the service director, Stacy Camp, making their way through the parade here. And they got bags and bags of candy to toss out along the parade route. And behind them you have this is your 2024 OHIO Country Festival royalty. These girls will serve through October 1st. And at that time they will give up their crown for the new 2025 royalty. Behind them you have the Wellston High School Golden Rockets Marching Band making their way down Pennsylvania Avenue. Cheerleaders in their blue, gold, and white uniforms. Their yellow pom-poms there. And then behind them, they still call this is your Wellston High School. They used to call this Code Blue. I don't know if it's still referred to as that or not, but it calls all the band's equipment when they travel. Behind them you have this would be your Junior Miss and Miss royalty, along with, this is your Junior Miss, Miss, and Little Miss royalty. This is your finalists. We'll find out tonight at 10:30 p.m. who your new queens and attendants will be. So behind them you have a unit from the Wellston Fire Department. And behind them you have the Grace Baptist Fellowship Church, and I see Pastor Tim Jones there driving the float, making his way through the parade here. Jackson Apple Festival royalty. Their festival will be coming up the third full week in September. So you have the Queen in Court there, Isabel Lewis, who's the Queen. You can see her sitting on top there with the other attendants. Behind them you have a unit from the Jackson County Sheriff's Office. Looks like Jason Wilson, Deputy Justin Wilson, making his way through. And behind them you have the unit from Hocking County. This is your Hocking County Fallen Heroes unit, and I see Phil Lightfoot in there driving the truck. He always makes the trip down to show off this Hocking County Fallen Heroes wall. Behind them, from neighboring Dayton, this is the Hamden Volunteer Fire Department with their yellow truck. And coming up behind them, and I guess by the way, this is your Wild Turkey Festival royalty. If I was a betting man. Yeah, this is your Wild Turkey Festival royalty. They were they were crowned back during the first full weekend in May there in MacArthur, and we were there for that when they were crowned. There's Queen Jessica Wells in her court. Behind them, you have a unit for Flowerland. It's a business here in downtown Wellston. And behind them, you have Reese Branscombe, OHillCo Festival Baby Contest, first place winner there, making their way through. And behind them, you have Encore Elite. This is one of the area baton groups making their way through. Got the black and purple outfits. Behind them, you have I believe this is the Aladdin Shiners. It's your Hillbilly Clan. Got several units from them in this. This is your Aladdin Shriners, your Hillbilly Clan here, making their way through. Got several units from that clan. Your Aladdin Shriners Hillbilly Clan making their way through. And behind them, we have Madeline Graham. This is your first place 13 to 18 month winner, making their way through the parade. And behind them, you have royalty from the Fall Festival of Leaves. That's Queen Burns. That's from Bainbridge, Ohio, the third full week in October. So that'll be coming up here next month. Behind them, we have a unit from the Colton Volunteer Fire Department making their way through the parade. That's 1207. And behind them, you have the Christian Life Academy. That's CLA in Jackson, making their way through. And then here you have some, this is your 2024 OHillCo Mini Queen, Addison Littman, along with your Mini Princess, making their way through the parade here. And behind them, you have the unit from Bundy Elementary. See their decorated unit here. And coming up behind them, we have our neighbors from Pike County. This is your Beaver Oktoberfest. And that is the first full weekend in October, your Beaver Oktoberfest. Not too far of a trip from here. And coming up behind them, we have Carl Wood Mowing Service, all decorated in his spooky Halloween get up there. And behind them, we have a unit from the Jackson Fire Department. That is the brush truck there, 1416, making their way through. And then got a John Deere making its way up Pennsylvania Avenue here. This is the Bible Baptist Church. Making their way through. Bible Baptist Church in Wellston, making their way through. And have another John Deere behind them. And can't forget about their annual hog roast that they do there. That is going to be held this year, Sunday, September 15th at Bible Baptist Church. That's 414 North Park Avenue here in Wellston. You got another John Deere making its way behind there. All right, coming up the red truck, you have the second place winner from the baby contest, and you also have your People's Choice truck there from the 2024 Dan Locker Memorial Car Show. Then we have some more royalty here in the this orange truck that is making its way up Pennsylvania Avenue. This is your London Strawberry Festival, Queen and Court, making their way up Pennsylvania Avenue here. So, not sure when their festival is held there in London. Doesn't say. They do have Queen and Court there, right in the back of the truck, making their way through. Behind them, you have the Clay High School Marching Band from Portsmouth, Ohio, making their way through the parade. And coming up behind them is a truck here. This is the 2024 OHillCo Miss Mini Princess. This is Fallon Henry. She was the co-attendant. And we have a unit from the Wellston Fire Department. This is Rescue 2. This is 1902. And then behind them, we have some more royalty. This is the Baltimore Festival, held annually the first full weekend in August. And then coming up behind them, you have the Portsmouth Rivers Days with their boatload float of royalty. I believe Portsmouth Rivers Days just wrapped up not too long ago. I believe it's held I think it's the final weekend in August, if I recall. And behind them we have some more royalty. This is the Wild Turkey Festival, first full weekend in May in MacArthur. This is your the younger royalty, your Little Miss, and runner-up there in the back of the truck, making their way through. And behind there you have your Tiny Tot Miss Queen from the River Days Festival, making her way through. And coming up next, we have another baton corps. This is the Eclipse Baton Group, Jackson, Ohio. Been around since 1989, it says. Eclipse Baton Group making their way through the parade. And behind them you have some more royalty. This looks like royalty from, I believe, Chill Coffee. Yeah, Memorial Day weekend, Feast of the Flowering Moon. And is the royalty from there. Once again, that is Memorial Day weekend is when that's held there in downtown Chillicothe. That's your Feast of the Flowering Moon, Queen and Court, making their way down through. Behind them, you have a new business. This is Reed's Can Cleaners. We saw him on Wednesday. I know he's been making a lot of rounds in Jackson County. I've seen him doing a lot of can cleaning. There he is making his way through. That's Reed's Can Cleaning. Number 740-395-6507. And then behind them you have another Baton Gore. This is Show Dolls, Jackson, Ohio. Making their way through. Sporting their sparkly pink and black outfits. And behind them you have some more royalty. This is your royalty from south part of the county. This is your OHill Festival of Flags royalty. The OHill Festival of Flags is always held Memorial Day weekend, and we were there for that crowning as well. And I can see the Queen riding there in the back. They make their way up Pennsylvania Avenue. Once again, that's Memorial Day weekend, OHill Festival of Flags. And behind them, you have I see there's Marty there from the Appalachia Old Car Club. Got his car all shined up there, making his way through. And behind them, I see that's Chip and Kathy Smalley, also members of the Appalachia Old Car Club, Jackson, Ohio, making their way through. And behind them, you have royalty from that's your Jackson County Fair royalty. And they were crowned back in July. We were there for that. Well, actually, they were crowned back in April. Oh no, they're crowned in July, but they were named in April. And we were there for both of those contests. And you can see the Queen and the court members making their way through. And behind them, you have a unit from the Jackson County EMS. That's Medic 81. Making their way through. Behind them, we have some more royalty. This is royalty. This is Herds of Hope royalty. And there they are, making their way through. And behind them, we have even more royalty. Like I said, today is Queen's Day, so we had a number of royalty in Wellston. This is your Benton County Fair, Junior Fair royalty. You have the Queen and Court making their way through. And behind them, we have some more royalty. This is your Benton County High School Athletic Boosters 4th of July celebration royalty. Queen and Court making their way down from MacArthur. And as I said on Wednesday, Santa Claus, Wellston Lions Club, Santa Claus, their float here. Still sporting his vacation gear, but I suspect he'll be heading back to the North Pole very soon. But you can see him up there giving me a ho 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 for the camera. That's the Wellston Lions Club folk with Santa Claus sporting his t-shirt and pants. And you can see he actually had his Santa cap on this week, or this time. On Wednesday, he was still wearing his vacation hat there. So, and then bringing up the rear here, you have the Wellston Fire Department, engine 1906, and behind them, bringing up the rear, is the City of Wellston, the fire department's ladder truck. That'll conclude your 51st annual Wellston OHillCo Festival Grand Finale Parade. I will be signing off. I'll come back on hopefully later for the crowning. Once again, that crowning will take place at 10:30, and I'll be here for that. And then we will be putting that out in pictures and story and future edition of the Telegram. So be sure to watch for that as well. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Reporting for the Telegram on theteleGramnews.com. I'm Jeremy.